boy oh boy, I have a treat for my fellow Reinhardt mains today. So guys, I want to show you what is probably the most underrated and also what I think is the most overpowered power in Stadium right now for Reinhardt. It is like no one is abusing it, and I think it's mainly because not many people have actually experimented with this power and found out how strong it actually is right now. And the main power I'm talking about in question here is "To Me My Friends." While barrier is active, allies within 5 meters are healed to 5% of your max life. Now, the healing of this power doesn't really scale that much until you have a lot of life, and so like late game you might have something like Von Wilhelm. You'll have like, you know, a ton of HP, over 1000 HP, sometimes 1100 HP, and that's when this really does a lot of healing. However, even though this doesn't do a lot of healing early game, it still does so much, like insane amounts of cash generation, and this is where this power is broken. You can see here, I'll show a little showcase of the power. When you hold shield, there's like a little soldier, essentially biotic field around you that heals yourself and your allies. When this heals yourself and your allies, this also gives you ult charge, and you can get ult charged by basically just standing there and healing yourself and your team, like your soldier, your Ana, whoever's behind you. And this power functions absolutely great against like anyone who's not a Reinhardt. So against an Orisa, Zarya, D.Va. It doesn't work as well against Reinhardts because if you're up against a team like say Lucio, Reinhardt, you know, Reaper, Mei, those guys are going to rush you down so aggressively that you don't actually get enough time to hold shield and get your health back. So against a comp that's aggressive like that, you might actually be better going something like smashing first instead of the healing power, because that's going to help you against those brawl comps more. But against any other comp, there's not a Reinhardt or there's not an aggressive brawl comp that's going to rush you down. Against like a Zarya, Soldier, Freya, you know, people that you can't really reach that effectively, you're going to be playing a bit more passively just to hold space with your shield. Then against those comps, something like the "To Me My Friends" is such a strong power to just stand there, hold space, and you passively get cash and you passively get ult charge. Okay, you guys might hear all that and think, why does that make this Reinhardt power the strongest power in the game right now for Reinhardt? Well, let me show you guys how much cash generation this healing actually gets. For some reason in the first round, the healing Reinhardt does just seems to generate so much incredible amounts of cash. Like I'm every single first round in every game, I am over 10k. Every single round after that, I'm over 10k at least. And usually the first round of every stadium match, I'm always at about 14k, 15k, 16k. So here are some examples of that. First round here on the top, I've gone 11 eliminations, 3 assists, 2 deaths, like okay, average I guess for Reinhardt, but then 6.6k damage and only 1500 healing. But you can see alongside that, I've got 16.6k in cash. Now that is like insane for a Reinhardt game first round. Another game, you know, it's a bit of a shorter first round, only 6 eliminations, 2.5k damage only, almost 400 healing, not a lot in this one. But you can see here 12.3k in cash. That's a lot for that much of stats as Reinhardt. And then you can see here another game at the bottom here, 14.9k first round. This was a 3-round game, and I took a picture of the last round, the 3rd round, to how much cash I had in total. You can see here 15.5k cash earned in that round. That was the 3rd round of the game, and I've got 41k in cash in total for the whole 3-round game. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to have this in like 7-round games that much because the matches are normally just like dominated by our team, so I haven't had many 7-round games to actually record some good footage. But just from all that, you guys can see that this power is really busted for cash generation, and also you don't need to worry about swinging so much to farm your ult. You can just hit fire strikes from range, and you gain so much ult generation from your healing as well. I found many rounds, first rounds, where I'm against many tanks, and I'll have my ult always before them, just because the ult seems to generate very fast from you just healing yourself and your allies. So this allows you to play much more of a team-based Reinhardt, playing with your team, shielding them from damage, and then when you get low after swinging, you can also just back up, hold space, hold your shield, heal yourself and your allies. So it allows you to play much more of a closer Reinhardt to that which you would play in the base game. So I hope this helps, guys. I hope you guys go and try this healing power in your own games. For those of you guys that want a more like in-depth build, go and watch my last video on raid boss Rein build. And for those of you guys that want to see a quick build, I'm about to show you guys now. So for example, I would always run To Me My Friends either first round or third round, so my first or second power. And then with that I would go into something like Smashing, Feel the Burn, and then into, where is it here, a bigger shield, because damage tends to scale very high in the end game. And then in terms of powers, in terms of items, I would always get Gloom Gauntlet whenever I can afford that. And then from Grim Gauntlet, depending on what I'm against, Shield Buster, Talon Modification, movement speed, just this kind of route. And then from there, if you want more tankiness, go something like Reduction Field, swap out some stuff here. So swap out that for, I'll just quickly show you guys an end game thing here. So we could look something like Booster Jets, Eye of the Spider. There we go, 52k. Most games with this power, I'm at like, by round 7, I'm at 60 to 80k. So and this build that you see here only costs 52k, and if I wanted to scale that even higher, I could get something like bam, and then bam. So we could go something like this, or we could even go straight into Weapon Jammer here and just be like this. And this is a 66k build. Most of the time I've come to round 7 in this build and I'm like, man, I actually have too much cash, like I don't know what to do with it. I hope that helps, guys. Enjoy messing around with this. If you guys haven't followed me on Twitch already, then make sure to go onto Twitch and follow Guts72. I am streaming basically on about a once per week basis right now until we get more followers and more consistent viewers on Twitch. For now though, I will be focusing on YouTube. If you're new to the channel, subscribe for more. Peace.